It is Thursday, February 9th of 2023, and you are watching Guy's Daily Drive. Yeah, 2 in 1 week. How crazy is that? Bam! And welcome everyone to Guy's Daily Drive, the show that continuously asks the question, why? Just why? Because I can. I think that's the general answer each and every time I ask that question. I hope you are all having such a great day. Come on, it's green. That means you can drive. Thank you. What are people doing here? And people trying to go left managed to screw up 2 lanes. Wow. So good of you to make things worse for everybody else. That is how people are. Especially in this area when it comes to traffic. It doesn't really matter if they inconvenience an entire group of people if they get to be 30 seconds ahead. Isn't that just human nature, really? You know, for example, there's an on-ramp to one of the interstates here, and it's 2 lanes, and then it splits for one going north and one going south. Well, a lot of the people going north are going into Maryland, and at the end of the day, that's like a huge number of people. I went bowling last night, and I see this every single time because I'm working from home on Wednesdays. I have to take this road to get on to the interstate to work my way around to where I go bowling, and I see it each and every time where you've got a big long line of cars that are trying to go north, and so that's all backed up. And actually, the traffic on the interstate is also backed up going north. I think it's like 6 lanes, 8 lanes, and it's still all backed up. And it's almost entirely Maryland drivers, though of course there's also a smattering of people just trying their best to get through the Northeast corridor on their way to someplace else. But it's always backed up, like between 3 and 6. Terrible time to be going north. And as I'm it's the right lane that goes north. I'm in the left lane because I'm swinging around to go south. And there's always a backup on the south because there's a bunch of people, Maryland drivers, trying to go, squeeze their way in to go north without having to wait in the big line. And it doesn't matter to them that they're also making life miserable for people going in the other direction because it saves them a little bit of time. And they don't care, they just do it because it gets them ahead of somebody else. And that's, that's the problem right there. It's like, you chose to live where you live. You chose to work where you work. Why make other people have to pay for the inconveniences of your life? And I just don't get why people are like that. And so many of them are. I can understand if you're driving along, you're not from the area and you don't know, and you come up in the left lane and you realize suddenly that, oh crap, I need to be in this other lane, and your alternative is going to be really, really bad because you have to go another lane to the south and then try to get on someplace else, which is just going to make your life even more miserable. I can get that. You've made a minor mistake and you're trying to get over, but that's not the case here. This is just a bunch of people wanting to go north and not wanting to wait in the the line of cars that are also trying to go north, and it's not right. And you kind of wish almost that you could take people out of their cars, shake them, and go, "What is wrong with you? Why would you do this? Why would you block somebody else's access to a road that isn't all hosed up, just so that you can save yourself a smattering of time, just a little bit of time?" And of course, the inevitable answer each and every time would be because they can. And that's their justification for all of the stupid crap that humans do along the line of their lives, because they can. And it justifies a lot of really, really bad behavior. I don't know. Let's move on to something a little better, instead of me just complaining about the stupid things that other people do. Let's talk about the stupid things that I do, because that's always more entertaining. Not this weekend, but the weekend after, on February 19th, I think it is, Sunday, I am going to the first XFL game in this area. And I have to say, I'm really, really looking forward to it. DC Defenders, and I still don't even know who they're playing, and quite frankly, it doesn't really matter. None of these teams. It's not like, when you go to an NFL game, chances are the nucleus of that team has been together for a while. The quarterback and linemen on both the offense and the defense have worked together, and it's you kind of build a cohesive spirit and a connection with the fans and all that. But when you're a startup league, and I know the XFL played in 2020, 2021, I don't remember what year it was. They played 2020, I think. They played for 8-9 games, and then because of COVID, just basically shut everything down. And there was some question for a long time whether they were going to come back. And then a group of people, including The Rock, came in, and they bought the assets, and they've put the league back together. So the team that I'm going to see on that Sunday, these are guys that, for the most part, they may have been together on other various teams, but it's not like these are the same DC Defenders that were playing in 2020. I'm willing to bet almost none of these players were on the 2020 team. So it's all a crapshoot. We don't know. They don't even know how well they're going to play against another team that's also filled with a lot of people who haven't played together before. And honestly, that's part of the fun. It's brand new, and you can kind of see the team either come together or fall apart, as the case may be. And I don't know. I may go to multiple games this season. I'm not sure yet. I've never been to Audi Field, and that's where the Major Soccer League team, DC United, play. And it looks like it's a kind of a nice stadium, and I'm hoping it is. I'm hoping there's a good crowd, and I'm hoping that it's going to be a fun and entertaining game. I love watching live football. So that's that Sunday. The other bit of news is I got together over StreamYard, which is what I use to stream my Mac podcast with Gaz, with my son Peter and his friend Jake and their respective fiancés, Liza and Kelsey, to talk about the New York trip. We finally have all the details down. And it took a while because, of course, these are, myself and Tracy included, these are three couples with entirely different thoughts and opinions on how a trip like this can go. And for the most part, it was pretty smooth. We decided that we weren't going to do the expedited trip, which would have been, go up Saturday morning, hopefully with no delays, see the play, and then after the play was over, take the train back. We agreed on trains there and back. So instead, we're gonna go up on Friday. I think that's the 14th, on Amtrak, and they're both going to catch the train in Fredericksburg, which comes through DC, and Tracy and I will pick it up in DC, and we'll all ride it on the train together up to New York, sort of up to New York. We're actually stopping at Newark Airport, and there's a reason why we're stopping there, because that's where the hotel is that we're going to stay at, and we're each going to have our own room, which is, it's not like they're kids. These are men in their late 20s with their girlfriends that are in their mid to late 20s, and they certainly, deserve their own privacy instead of sleeping with mom and dad, which is just weird. So, because the problem was hotels in New York, especially in the area of the theater district, is like crazy expensive, like $300 to $500 a night worth of expensive, and it just, we just couldn't justify spending that kind of money on what's really not even that nice of a hotel room. The main reason why it costs that much is because of where it is, and that's fine. You charge what the area will bear, and that's apparently what the area will bear. And so we're going to stay at a hotel right there at the airport. And the good thing about it, not that it's at the airport, because that's kind of the shitty thing about it, is that it's within walking distance, like a 5-minute walk to the train station. And I hear a siren. I don't know where it's coming from. Okay. But the train station is how we're going to get back and forth from the airport into New York, and it's about $16 each way a person on the New Jersey commuter or something. It's like NG or NJCC. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what that means, but they have trains like every 15 minutes to a half hour, and we'll just take that right into Penn Station, and then from Penn Station it's about a 15-minute walk to where the theater district is. So that's not bad. A little bit of exercise, and we save easily 50 to 75% staying at this hotel at the airport. And again, the only reason why we're going to stay at a hotel at the airport is the cost. There's really nothing in that area that I know of that's worth staying at, but it's convenient. It's basically just a place to sleep, and we'll save some money and just take the train in every day. But we're going to see the play on that Saturday at 2, and then after the play is over, we'll go out and have some dinner somewhere in New York. Don't know where. Maybe a nice steakhouse. That would be sweet. And then do whatever. I don't know what else, the Peter and Jake and Liza and Kelsey are going to want to do. But that's basically the whole day. And then the next day we have it's like late morning, early afternoon train that will take Tracy and I back to DC and then back to Fredericksburg. But it's all straightened out, and per couple, it ended up being, I don't know, about $700 for the entire weekend, which when you consider you're talking about two people in New York and you're going to see a Broadway play. Honestly, and that's transportation there and back, 2 nights in a hotel and the play, plus, whatever extra we spend for food. That's not bad for a trip to New York. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, that is all I have for today. If you would like to help support this channel, and I would appreciate it, though you don't have to. These are the things that I do. You can go to patreon.com/MacParrot. You can buy me a coffee at ko-fi.com/MacParrot, or PayPal at paypal.me/MacParrot. If you want to get a hold of me and tell me about all the things that I'm doing wrong, about going to New York, going to see football games from leagues that may not even last the season, or traveling to New York, you can do so by writing me an email, guy@mymac.com. Or you can also send me an email to podcast@vertshark.com. What else? Well, there's the Twitters. I know people are down on Twitter these days, but I'm still using it. I thought TweetDeck was gone, and that was going to put a serious hamper on my tweeting activities, but it seems to be back. But I have 2 Twitter handles, MacParrot and VertShark. You can go check those out. I am MacParrot on Counter Social, as well as MacParrot over there on Mastodon. And yeah, that's kind of the stuff I've got over there. If you would like to hear other things that I do, I'm occasionally on Chuck Joyner's Mac Voices Live on Tuesday nights. That's always a blast. Didn't do it this week. Sometimes on David Ginsburg's, wow, that's hard to say for some reason. In Touch with iOS. And of course, the main thing that I do is the mighty mymac.com podcast with Gaz over there at the mymac.com website. So you can find all those things, do all those things, pay me all those ways if you want to. Don't have to. It's all just fun. But I will see all of you next time right here on Guy's Daily Drive. Bye-bye.